doors, barred sort of walls, more stereotypical prison. There are several groups of people that look similar to the ones that you saw the orc defending before. And as you guys are ushered in, dragging Ta, and Dice is now sort of awake. He's kind of in the process of waking up from his little, nap. There is a, you can see these large Glazabro, whatever the fuck things. I can never say their names. Abrazu, whatever. Glazabros, fist pounding and dragging people out to go fight in the arena. Yeah, so
you're not gonna make us fight the demon baby we literally dragged out of Dice's aunt's womb.
Oh yeah, because you guys were in the room. Fuck, I didn't rewatch the last episode.
Wow.
Because this is where you were. This is where this all happened.
We're still on the overworld map.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have this particular map set up properly because
we are here.
Yep. Hold on.
Hey folks, I'm not too late.
Oh,
everyone's dead.
All
you
right,
finally decided to show up after everything's done, said and over with.
Oh, legitimately?
Yeah.
You choose who to believe.
I mean, Tanaka has a very bad track record, so I'm gonna go with you.
Oh, Thunder, I'm flattered. And very touched.
I'm not saying you have a good one. You have a better one than Tanaka.
To be fair, that isn't saying a lot, so I guess, yeah.
I draft.
Hey.
I forgot about this.
Wow. We've been doing this for...
I totally spaced out. I left work like 3 hours early today, too.
Wow.
You've been with us for, like, half a year, a little bit more, and you just forgot?
It's fine. I just died. You can just help bring back my character, but no, you don't care. That's
wow, you're uninvited from all of Saber's streams as his mod.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well, that's terrifying. Apparently, I don't make much of an impression.
So are you again?
Exactly. No. All right. Where did I put? All right. So I'm gonna move you guys here in a second. So those of you alive or dead, other than Zuzia, go ahead and place your tokens there.
Where?
There should be a little open spot in there. It's a little ways down.
You brought us to the map of the ship.
The original Trogus fight map.
It fucking... I did not click on that one. There we go.
Oh.
God damn. I cannot win.
Lerp.
So wherever it is that you would be.
Plop.
Actually, I assume...
Oh my
god! Oh!
Huge bitch.
I mean to place it there. This is Arira.
You frightened me.
Or representing Arira.
She explodes.
Where did I put this?
Wait, who dat?
Arira.
Oh. So we had her and our 2 incapacitated members all in the same corner.
Well, we just threw him down, dude.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm. All right, I gotta do a little bit of work in the background. This week has been insane with moving and all. Also, storage units are cheap, but not nearly as cheap as one would hope. As it turns out, $300 a month. $300 a month where I'm at. Because if I did that right, and I did the math, if I rented a U-Haul van, right, that would cost me $1,500. Yeah, that's why I'm not doing that. Because I was sitting there going, well, maybe I could just, get a U-Haul and then like park it at my sister's place for a while. Yeah, that was one of those things that like it just turned out this won't work. Doesn't really matter how hard I want to try. Like I am not spending that kind of money on that sort of shit. That's what I need. That's what I need. That's fine. Oh, come on. His work.
Do we want to do a recap?
Yeah, somebody can do a recap. I'm down with that.
Last time on How Not to Play D&D. Our tank died. One of our casters went completely insane from trying to cast a spell scroll of, I guess, divine intervention. And
No, go ahead. Don't even mention how awesome she was in the fight. Just she would. She also killed everyone.
That too. It was a very close fight. We also ended up trying to exorcise the baby out of Dice's aunt's body, and it worked mostly. But also, we now have a very active demon baby inside our enclosure, as well as a rapidly bleeding out aunt.
That is a problem, but one that is solvable. By the way, she didn't happen to spout out a name or anything before she passed out, I say, as I draw my Bloodhunter rapier.
No.
If I name it, does that count?
One way to find out.
Are you gonna name him Sprinkles?
I was going to go for Ritara Ko, which is Elvish for jerk demon.
Why doesn't that surprise me at all?
Why Cole? Also, which one?
Fuck.
I'm getting better. But then again, I've always been
Oh,
a minimum
also,
level of meta.
something pretty important that happened. one of our players forgot about the game and almost didn't come.
Yeah.
It's alright, they're not important to the story right now, anyways.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
But you
shit.
Throwing
are important to
shade.
combat because if you can sneak attack this thing, you can save us from death.
Well, she's asleep somewhere else, but yeah, there's that.
Oh yeah.
Sure, she
He's
gets a
not
long rest.
Yeah, I'm getting a nice long rest. Yeah.
So don't worry, we're
Getting
gonna
the
do a
eternal
prison break,
rest.
and then we're gonna do a prison break after that, for the actual prison. But we're gonna get you out of your prison, and then we'll do our prison. Anyway, that's assuming we survive this.
Yeah.
Yay.
Let's do that.
I was gonna say I'm very curious as to what this token's going to look like.
So was I just like passed out all last week?
You got taken away by a strange man, I believe.
Okay, so I'm just away with a strange man. Great.
Well, not a strange man to everybody
Oh
else.
wait,
but
oh that one dude that I can't remember his name still.
Iset.
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh God.
Yep.
I am a
That's who I
failure
thought
as a
it
DM. All right. Meanwhile, let's grab this thing. Just right
Oh,
there.
I was gonna draw my own thing. Okay, never mind.
Oh.
Yeah, they're weird.
Yep.
Oh,
so you
what
can
the fuck?
see 2 small and 2 large arms. Also, it appears to be growing almost exponentially as you're looking at it.
Should
All
I be
right.
seeing something?
Is this a baby Drow Tarrasque hybrid?
Why do I see?
Because if it is, I hate you.
How would a? I don't even know how you would get that, but also no, not Tarrasque demon.
Yep. Trask is kind of its own thing. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
not a. This is not a Trask. Nope. It probably bears a little bit more similarity to the Glabrezoos you guys have been seeing.
Oh.
The Tarrasque is a divine reset button. This is just a demon.
Divine reset button is a great way to put it.
Okay.
Where the deck of many things is a profane reset button.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's do a little bit of work there. You're knocked the fuck out. All right. So yeah,
What's happening?
it appears it is you guys have dug out this this I mean large it's in the medium size category and growing like quickly. And yeah, so what would you guys like to do? I'm going to give you guys a chance. It's orienting itself.
Draw weapon, stab. If I
Okay.
can do that.
I'd like to
Yes,
cast
quick action.
Banishment on it.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay.
At a 5th level, because I want this thing fucking gone.
I will let him do that first.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
Technically, I don't know if it's... What plane is it native to?
That's
Yes.
what
We'll
we're
find
gonna
out.
I believe it's a charisma save.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes!
I think that's
So
correct.
at the very least, we have a minute to, make sure everything is not terrible.
Yep. So yeah, so it poofs. At least for now, and you guys have about a minute to deal
find
with,
out.
To find out what's going on.
All right. First off, go over here. Try and close as much up as possible. Cure wounds on Arara.
Okay. While you do that, make me a medicine check as well to actually sort of to use the curative powers to actually get the right spots.
Nope.
Okay, she is still bleeding out profusely.
I would like
And-
to cast Cure Wounds.
All right, medicine check from you.
Better.
Okay, so you begin stitching things together, and the bleeding slows. It's not completely stopped, but it slows down a bit. Right there. Okay. Also, if you cure wounds, dice, go ahead and roll healing
Okay.
on that because you did do healing. Like it's not.
Oh, it wouldn't have been cure wounds. It would only have been healing word. I only have healing word.
That's fine. All right.
6.
I will attempt to staunch the flow even more with a spare the dying.
Not. I mean, you blast out a spare the dying, and it really doesn't seem to take any real effect.
Does
Fair.
that mean she's stabilized, or does that mean that she's not?
She's not in the process of giving out death saves.
Okay, so she's stable, I guess, but
I mean, yes, but also still has some internal bleeding,
mhm.
but not as strong at this point.
Right.
All right. Meanwhile, Lucian and Nyx, anything you guys are doing?
I'm rocking in the corner, speaking gibberish.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
You guys did this when Nyx wasn't, alive. Lucian?
Lucian's still alive though. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not sure what the fuck to do.
Okay.
Lucian, you just get ready for that thing to come back if
Yeah,
it does.
birthday boy might not exactly be full demon, so we should keep that in consideration. Next round, I'm going to just move Orira to the opposite corner of the room.
All right.
While he's doing that, I'll cast another first level cure wounds and dice, help me with this. While I'm trying to put my hands where they need to be to stop the bleeding for assistance.
All right. I'm gonna say for the purposes of this, she's not bleeding out too strongly right now. She's for the most part stabilized.
So that's still bad, but okay, she's stabilized, that works.
Creature, your coolant is falling out.
Yeah, kinda.
It's more like your wires are cut, I guess.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Your hydraulic lines are leaking profusely.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, that's gonna change that up a bit. So
Yeah, if she's not bleeding or not in danger of dying very soon, then yeah, I won't use that cure wounds.
you get the idea that she is weak and potentially susceptible to further damage, worsening her condition significantly, but is not currently in the process of bleeding out.
All right. I just look over to her and say, "So, all right, we're going to fix this. By the way, could you belt out the name for it really quick?" I say as I just go over and I drag both Nyx and Ta. Might take a few rounds to do this, and some help.
I'll
But I'm
drag
gonna
Ta.
drag him
Yeah,
over to
this
this
is
side.
this is pretty much going to be the end of your minute here.
Okay, drag him over to this side because I want this room clear to fucking thunder wave the shit out of it, if that's okay with everyone else.
Yep.
Sure.
Guess we'll move Ta and Nyx over to this corner.
Boop. And I can't move Ta, but
Yep, I'll move them. All right.
And yeah.
Yeah, she looks at you very
I know,
confused.
it's stupid. Magic is weird, please.
Odo.
Oda. All right, Oda.
Odo.
Yoda.
All right, so this is about the end of your minute, and with that, a slight sort of popping sound in the air, and then nothing.
There is a pop.
There was a slight popping sound as the spell sort of finished, but nothing appears.
Hmm.
Gad, go ahead and if you, I mean, you get the sense that whatever you had is now no longer under the effect of your banishment spell.
Well, it seems to have worked.
All right, so I just kind of look over to, and is Arira still awake, or is she passed out by now?
She is, I mean, she is kind of lulling on the edge of consciousness from the pain and all this crap that just happened. I mean, she's feeling a little bit better, so I wouldn't say she's unconscious, but she's certainly, let's use the term dazed.
I go over slightly out of earshot, and then whisper to Gad, I would say that was a net success.
Yes. I'm glad that was the outcome. I was not sure what would happen, but I'm glad that was what it was.
I then go back over just to tend to Arira and make sure she's doing all right. It's gonna probably take a while for that swelling, we'll call it, to go down, but
Yeah.
you know, we'll work through it.
I'll go ahead and
Hey.
cast Cure Wounds at 4th level on her, because man, she's fucked
Crisis
up.
averted. By the way, who wants some Song of Rest?
Sure.
She regains 29 hit points.
All right.
I would not say no.
Okay. At the very least, we can take, if nothing interrupts us within an hour, get a D8 hit points. Or are you allowed to say that we are good for the next at least 8 hours?
I don't know about 8 hours, but you're good. You're probably all right for the next hour or so.
Okay. Well, I'm going to spend some hit dice then.
Ooh, just a 4.
And you guys get 8 more D8 hit points. Which, that D8, you get 4 more hit points. You're welcome.
All right. Meanwhile, now that this craziness is over, you do notice on the opposite side of the hall, through the barred door, that there are other chambers, like I said, with other people in them.
Mm-hmm.
So this will happen fast enough. If there had been an actual fight, it would have been a little different. But this all happened fast enough that you see Glabrezu sort of walk through the hallway, just sort of patrolling slowly.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and do some reveals. So you got a hallway there.
Yeah, during this short rest, I'm just gonna start my light activity.
Okay.
Of just like standing right here in front of the door, I guess, and looking out, keeping watch. And then I'll ask Dice, how do you intend to get out of here and perhaps procure diamonds for our friend? I point at Ta.
Well, I believe the demonic forces around here won't be fooled too much by invisibility or any other illusions. Well, that's a guess, but perhaps. Otherwise, I might be able to fool their blind sight with a few illusions, but mostly I'm going to be relying on traditional stealth, which I'm not the best at, but it's something or other. Otherwise, I do know someone who I could disguise myself as. That could get me rather swiftly out, but again, it might take some time. I don't have a traditional disguise kit on me, but if I did, I might be able to put something together. That, or we should have someone coming around here in a few hours to negotiate some terms. Somebody else wants out of this hellhole, so it seems.
We are probably not the only ones here, yes.
I don't mean somebody else like us. I mean somebody who otherwise could leave. But that's besides the point. So I'm just gonna spend the next few minutes playing a song. Specifically, I'm going to, in an attempt to both help with any mystical sort of resonance from whatever that weird thing with Arriver was, and to maybe help Nyx, I'm going to play this for a bit. Probably won't do much, but it's the thought that counts.
All right. It does not seem to have an effect on Nyx currently, so far as you can tell.
But at the very least, it's a pleasant tune.
Yes.
And Lucian's going to use the his what is it called, arcane recovery.
You
Okay.
get your level and spell slots back, I believe.
Yeah.
That's a lot of spell slots.
I get my inspiration back, don't I?
6.
More short rest.
To the PHB.
All right. Let me check and see if that's good to go. All right. So you do manage to sort of get a short rest. As you go, you notice, or as you kind of are sitting there, you notice this large demonic figure sort of walks through the hall every between 5 to 10 minutes, seeming to do circles through what appear to be several of these cells.
Okay.
On the opposite side, you can see a sort of androgynous figure, basically just lounging, almost like without a care in the world. Definitely not Drow. All right, there we go.
So how are the cells constructed? Are they like just is this like entire
there
thing just
are-
bars?
So it's more basically from here to here are bars with a single door in the center.
So it definitely saw what the fuck went down.
Well,
We
it wasn't
managed to
there
clear the edge of it.
at the time. You guys, if you had fought, it would have been a different story, but because of the banishment, you managed to do all that underneath its radar. It does kind of give you a weird look as you walk by, like a look of interest, but I mean, it eats people. It kind of looks like you attempted to take a chunk out of somebody, so it doesn't really care.
Technically, we did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We took more than a chunk.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab.
I'm going to assume, by the way, this is another prisoner. And looks of it, she's going to sell as well.
Yeah, she's literally just, well, sleeping. Androgynous sort of looking thing. Pale white skin. Literally just laying there, not really paying attention to anything. Just sort of zoned out as far as you can tell. You can also see that there is something else over in this corner.
Yeah. I mean, Thunder can see exactly what that is, but it might be a bit hard.
No, the angle actually is blocking you.
Okay.
That's not, I mean,
So we only just see like robes.
yeah, it was sort of a robed figure hanging out over there. You also see sort of a pile of various detritus over here. What looks like a small figure wrapped up in robes currently. With an interesting sort of affectation above their head.
Okay.
It appears that there is a small You can't really hear it, and that might be just because of the large thing walking through the hallway and all that. But there appears to be a small rain cloud over its head, just slowly dropping water.
Neat.
But yeah,
While we're just here, don't have much to do, I'm going to test something. So I have in my many bags of toys, or rather in my bag of toys, a couple of strange stickers of secrecy. If you place them on something, they turn invisible. But if it's something has see invisibility or can see invisible things, I should be able to detect it still. So I'm going to place a sticker, kind of very slightly off the edge, so it's sort of floating. As I stick my hand through the bars of my cell, just to place a sticker there, and see if he seems to notice it as I go over to everyone else.
place it on what? Sorry.
So, like, I reach my hand through the bars, sort of put it on the edge of the wall, so that it's almost like it's poking out, kind of, or not like it's
Okay.
It's not fully attached to the wall, just in case there's some weird. I want it to be able to be seen from basically any angle, so I want to try and make it weirdly placed.
Okay.
That said, it
So,
will turn
just a
invisible
sticker?
as soon as I place it on there,
Okay.
but I want to see if he would still see that.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna, as he's walking
Okay.
around, place it on there, and then wait for him to come back around and watch his face and see if he notices or anything.
All right. So about 5 to 7 minutes go by. You kind of do this right as he passes by, so you give yourself plenty of time,
Mhm.
and don't look like you're trying to
It doesn't see me running
sneak
back
out.
after.
Yeah. So, but he comes back around. Takes. I mean, as he's sort of walking through, he does. His eyes pass over it. And lock onto it for a second, but then continues on. He doesn't seem interested in it in any way, but it seems like he might be able to see it.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Just gathering information.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm only doing light activity. I should still be fine, right?
Yep. Yeah, no, this is fine. You can do this sort of during your quote unquote watch time or whatever. Like that's fine.
Okay.
Does rocking back and forth count as long rest?
Mm-hmm.
Slowly. At least
yeah.
it's light activity.
How often is his schedule for walking by?
Between 5 and 10 minutes. So it sort of varies between that. And you're not entirely sure, how long exactly it takes. But it always takes at least 5 minutes. It seems like he's got a pretty big loop.
Okay. Cool.
Why does that keep popping up in the other window?
Turn your prawn off during the game.
All right. Got it, Saber.
What? Oh, that
You're-
was that. Well, that wasn't really for you. Sorry, I was just trying to keep it from cluttering everybody else's screen.
Got it.
That's me just making the character as we play.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Ye of little faith.
Oh no! Like I think that there's definitely you have 10 days. You'd have to be fucking idiots to not be able to revive him in 10 days. But just also, then it gives me something to do in the meantime.
Worst case scenario, on day 5, I'm just gonna, bamf out of here and see what I can find.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If we last that long.
All right. So at this point, so you see a couple of figures. The Glabrezu sort of shows up, opens this door, ushers this individual through, closes it, they continue on.
As they pass by, I'm going to sort of follow them, and I'm going to. Yeah, fuck it. We're hopefully getting arrested soon enough. Disguise myself, give me 2 extra arms, and sort of joke walk the Glabrazal's movement patterns to try and give them an inspiration before their match.
All right.
Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah. As you do that, the Glabrazil sort of looks at you for a second, and then just sort of looks back to do its job for the moment. But the pale skin figure sort of looks at you, and you see like this slight smile, like try, it's the face of somebody trying to focus, but you manage to crack through the veneer a little bit, and you see a slight smile, and then they're kind of gone down the hallway for now.
Give them a salute, and mouth the words "good luck," and then I'm back over to the cell.
All right.
Let's see. He's going to be gone for a while. Can I see anything over on the left side?
On the left side?
Any other cells or anything?
Or
Or is this just hallway?
This part here is mostly just hallway. This seems to be, you guys seem to be at the start of this block of cells.
Okay.
There is not so much a door here as it just turns into a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Going that way. Sorry, that way.
All right. Let's see. Don't have what I need for that spell. Well, what do you guys think? I could attempt to get out of here now and just see where that leads me. If need be, if I keep track of where this cell is, I can, if I stay within 500 feet, I can just bamf back here. What do we think?
Sure.
Okay. In that case,
Let me do one thing here and then good to go. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up a little bit because of this fucking week. There we go. That's what I wanted.
So how long has it been at this point?
But you also see another figure sort of wrapped in a bunch of clothes on the other side in that same cell.
okay. So yeah, you see. Hey, do you want to try and talk to some of them, our contestants?
Perhaps. How long has it been, Robin?
At this point, it's been about an hour, and you kind of just been tracking stuff. Nobody here seems to talk to each other much. It's sort of it's a bit like death row in the sense of, this is where you go right before eventually you fight to the death, and eventually you lose. So people tend to be a bit reserved.
It is fine.
So, it's got a couple of spells spared, and I'm hoping that we're not going to be fighting until we get a long rest, so we'll see. But, Dice, you see him just kind of give you a nod, Gad, point over to the opposite cell, and you see him run to the back of the cell, and as he does so, you see that same kind of cosmic, shimmering doorway sort of shape that you've seen him manifest before. As he leaps through it, on the other side of the wall, another one appears on this side of that cell.
All right.
And jumps through with a tumble, and then lands in a very show-offy pose. And then, sort of facing the guy in the corner.
All right.
He's thinking with portals.
Kind of.
That is just Dimension Door. It literally could have done anything, but yes.
Yep. All right. So yeah, you pop out into this cell. So I guess Saber, how would you respond to a dude just popping right the fuck out in your cell?
Well, with this character,
What?
he would sort of look in your direction and then just go, "Oh, hey, somebody popped through the wall."
Yes, indeed. How observant you are. Anyways. Hello there. My-
Eeyore, dude. Eeyore, Eeyore.
Just kind of walks up to you with a very sort of jovial gaunt. Says, "My name, Dysonius Londondale, and yours."
That's too long for me to remember.
In that case, just call me Dice.
I'm Yore.
Yore, that's a nice name. Tell me, Yore. Where are you from? What are you doing in this wretched hellhole? Aside from, fighting to your death every once in a while.
Oh, I'm a guard. Well, I was training to be a guard, and then all this happened, and this is pretty much the worst thing I've been in for a little while.
I see what you mean, yeah. Well, I've not had the pleasure of being in too much worse than this, but I can tell you that it tends not to last forever. At any rate, well, it's been able to make your acquaintance. Are you by chance interested in escaping this wretched hellhole?
I suppose, but we'll just be captured again.
I don't think so. See, I'm on a plan to disrupt the entire, demonic political scape, which will be fun as well, as being potentially an opportunity for you to leave this hellhole along with everyone else. Of course, if in doing so you might have to fight your way through at least a little bit, but just rest assured you will have help of some variety.
Sure. What's the worst that could happen, except for us dying horrible,
That's the
painful
spirit.
deaths?
Uh,
And he stands up and kind of shuffles towards the door. I guess he doesn't know what to do. He's kind of shuffling.
I believe that's still locked, my friend, but rest assured, that will not be the case for long. So, that over there is my group of companions, I say, gesturing to the party. They're in a bit rough shape right now, but I am rather sprightly for my capacity, and I do believe that you have some talents of yourself as well. Of course you do. I mean, you wouldn't be here if you didn't.
I don't think I would be here if I did.
Oh, don't be so negative. Although, while we are here, do tell me, what do you know of that strange person that was dragged out of here just recently?
We didn't talk much.
Doesn't surprise me. Well, the times you did you get anything interesting? Name, perhaps?
She was pale.
I mean, you didn't have to talk to figure that out, but understood. Sometimes you're not the very talkative type.
What's the point? Everybody around here dies anyway.
Yes, but when we die, we come back.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Gotta take a step out of the game for a second. One, I'm super happy that I managed to sneak him in there without everybody knowing that it was Saber. Two, Saber, I love him. Can we keep him?
I specifically told Raven, I'm like, this is the halfling embodiment of Eeyore.
Yo.
Actually, just for fun, I'll post this in Discord here real quick. Because I didn't pick this character.
Oh, did you what is my fucking character or whatever it's called?
I sure did.
Nice.
There you go.
Neat.
Yep.
Nice.
Treasure
So then
hunt
I just
later.
I fluffed him. Yeah, I fluffed him up a little bit. He's
Mhm.
got some story now.
Neat.
All
right.
right. So,
Also, I'm still choosing the spells, so I have things that I can do, but right now I'm like, I don't know what all I have yet, so I'm doing this.
yeah. Yeah, and the worst part is you can choose any spell any day from the entire druid list.
Right, yeah. I didn't know that until you
Welcome
just
to my
said that,
hell.
so well, I mean, the certain circle that I have gives me a certain set, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna mostly stick with those right now.
Yeah,
Yep,
But I need some
that's
first
fair.
level and cantrips right now. Jesus. All right. Fuck.
Mhm.
Was it Paladin, Cleric?
Yeah, trust me, I know. I play a druid now, so I have that plus beast shapes.
Yep.
And Geb
and
has a
2
lot of
left
beast
arms.
shapes. Oh yeah, yeah. Geb has 2 left arms now.
One of them
Forgot
is
about that.
magma.
Yes, magma. All right. Fucking hell. Why? All right. All right. Phone call. Sorry, gotta go for just a second, and I'm gonna go and grab my laundry out of the fucking thing too. So let's
Okay.
give it a fiver, and then we'll pick this back up in just a minute.
All right. I'm gonna piss, BRB.
No one cares.
You don't have to leave to do that. What? It's a dark campaign. There's a lot of sad people. Actually, he's sad for an entirely different reason. Nah, dude, because we're fucking fighting through it.
Badass.
Yeah, exactly. We got all this cool shit going on. Nyx and Ta aren't really the like most sentimental types, I don't think. So that's not really a huge deal. He's just
Maybe a touch of
pissed.
PTSD.
Oh, for sure. Why do you think he doesn't like Zuzia? That's PTSD, straight up.
I'll be back.
Rude.
It's true.
Yeah,
You're the shady
it
one.
is.
Hey, you know how I was just kidnapped by these people and then they tried to impersonate me and then I managed to escape and then you guys actually came at the same time and then we escaped the city and then oh right, there's another one right there. Oh cool, she's been with us.
Hi, and I'm a spy.
Except when she disappears and yeah, and you admitted you yeah, that's just there's a whole lot of bad wrapped up in. There's a lot of red flags. I'm sure we could do all kinds of cool stuff if we actually fought together, but that doesn't happen very often. We fight against each other more often.
Yeah.
I wanted to drop her off the ship. That would have been fucking awesome. Fitting. He's not a nice person. There's a reason he's neutral. Like, yeah, he wants to do good things to protect people and make sure the evil fucks aren't taking over the world, but he'll do some real bad shit to make sure that happens.
Okay, I've got three first level spell slots, and then one of 2, 3, and 4. I should not have used my 4th level spells, my 5th level spell shot for banish. But that was my fault for not reading the text properly. Technically, with the 5th level spell slot, I could have just sent Lucian to the Feywild.
I return. Hmm. By the by, you're a druid, right?
I am a druid, yes.
So that means you have access to a variety of fun spells,
Yes, many of which I'm excited to use.
such as Pass Wall.
Indeed, that's one that I've been thinking of.
Indeed.
Because he is a circle of the mountain, which means that he has pass wall, he has wall of
Always prepared.
stone. Yep.
Pass Wall. Oh yeah, you got a bunch of stuff. That Pass
Yeah.
Wall, Lightning Bolt.
Like he came from the mountains and he wanted to be a guard where he's like, this stuff that I know is going to be really useful for being a guard. And so, yeah, this just works great for theoretically, or we're all going to die.
I imagine you went up and they were like, you are both over and underqualified for this position.
Exactly. Right now, he has a wooden shield and a club, which I am assuming is going to be like, oh, they took your weapons, which, you know, that's whatever. But I don't know.
I
I don't
mean,
know what the
druids,
weapons he would have had.
They can't use metal stuff.
Right,
They can
exactly.
use blades, but that's about it. Like their hands can't touch metal is the main thing.
And I only got the shield because of the background is technically soldier, but that's it. I just kind of discard.
I mean, I guess like I don't know. I would think like you might be fine if mountain druids could use metal stuff because I mean you are just metal is part of the mountain, I guess.
No, well, no, I'm not really trying to roll it like that though, because like
I know.
he
That's just
wasn't-
the thing I was thinking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what the actual like where that limitation comes from for like if you were a
so
dwarven
the idea is that
druid,
metal
would you be able to do
is
metal?
a unnatural substance because it was refined through human means. Like it doesn't occur naturally.
Gotcha.
But technically, mountains are where you would find metal.
Mhm.
Which, no, I guess the idea is that crude metal, which is basically just fucking tough stone at that point, would be fine. But the fact that it's refined and has been boiled down and unnaturally sort of purified is a no-no for druids. I suppose by that logic, they couldn't use guns either.
Right. Well, I don't think. Well, a druid wouldn't really know how to use a gun, though. I don't know.
No.
Unless you multi-class, that'd be the weirdest multi-class ever. Druid and gunslinger.
That would be odd.
All right, we're gonna charge into battle on this my
With
friend,
wooden
familiar,
guns.
whatever, and with guns.
Bear with a minigun.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that would be where you get bear with a minigun.
Bear with a minigun on its back, and then you would have another person shooting the minigun while the bear is also holding another minigun in its mouth.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Now I'm thinking of a Woodstock machine gun.
Oh god. All right.
Of course, all the cantrips I want aren't in Roll20, so I gotta write them down, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he can't shoot so better.
Yeah. they're
Yeah.
And I like Thorn Whip just for the thematic stuff, but it depends on what you're.
Yeah.
I think I get Thorn Whip anyway. Let me look.
I know your circle doesn't give you cantrips, so
Yeah.
No, but I do get an extra one, so I have like access to 3, but I get an extra one at like level 2 or something like that.
yeah, Druid's one of those classes that doesn't have a lot of cantrips. It's kind of weird.
That's fine. I can make use of the 3 that I'm gonna pick. In fact, I think I only have 2 in mind.
Yeah, Druid and Cleric only get like 2 cantrips at the beginning.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Yeah. That's why I took fucking Magic Initiate. 2 more cantrips.
Fair.
You just don't get any cantrips.
And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah, but you
7,
have a
8,
decent
9
weapon.
cantrips. No, 8 cantrips. No, 7 cantrips.
So many cantrips. More
I'd
cantrips
play
than your
like
body has room for.
All right,
Played a
Dice,
wizard
as
sorcerer
you're-
multi-class with fucking 9 cantrips. Nigga's gone.
Yeah, no, well, look at, well, let's see. Callum had like a good 6 or 7 by the end.
8
Mhm.
cantrips
Okay.
with 2 more from items.
Yep. Let's see. All right, so, Dice, as you're having this conversation, you see a black robe figure literally sort of run by in the gap as the Glabrazo is off doing what it's doing, and drop a small note into the cell that you were meant to be in.
Yep.
Take off down the hallway.
All right. I just message Gad. Read that.
I will go ahead and just pick it up and see what it says.
All right. Do you read Drow?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well,
Being fair, neither do I.
you read. It's Elvish. It's a version of
Okay.
Elvish.
Well, in that case,
It's sort of like a dialect more than it's the difference between, American English
subset of
and
Elven,
British
not a subset of-
English. Yeah,
is there enough room between the bars to stick my head out?
not yours. No.
Okay, cool. That's fair.
how big is it? Like a foot ish?
My head's probably like
Yeah.
like half a foot to
Probably
like
not even
8 inches.
quite a foot. It's more like 8 inches. Yeah.
Thunk. And I just sort of try to whisper across the hall. I can't read this.
Fucking Gad whisper.
Okay. I just kind of. You see a little spectral hand kind of appear in front of you through the bars. Just kind of.
I'll
Do
put the note in the hand.
Okay.
The hand delivers the message to me.
All right. So it is a small rolled piece of parchment, blank on one side with writing on the other. There's a small quill attached. It's sort of like with like a little bit of wax attached to the to sort of hold it all together.
Mm-hmm.
In effect, it says that the vague plan outside of here is to have you all fight again in about 10 hours.
Okay.
Now 9 actually, so it would be 9 hours. And asking what your plan is and what Real needs to do.
Let's see. I'm going to write down that just kind of look over to my friend here and say, what was your name again?
My name's Yore.
Your yes. Do tell. You wouldn't happen to have any kind of ways to escape this place if you really wanted to. I'm not forcing you anything on you. I'm just simply stating that it might be useful to have some way to escape this place.
Sure, I've got all kinds of ways.
Any that allow two-person travel, so to speak.
I suppose, but it's not very safe out there.
I am well aware. Do you think it's safer in here, however, having
Well,
to
it
fight
has been
everyone?
so far.
Yeah, well, wait until 10 hours. I say, and I just start writing a message down. And I say that the plan is to, let's see, mention that first we need to escape to the main city. Do I happen to know, did he ever mention if the main city is as filled with demons as this place is, or this is a stronghold more or less?
Oh, I suppose I might actually know that.
You actually kind of would from when you were here when the initial attack happened, and you've seen bits and pieces of the city since then. Around this arena, it is a fair number of demons, Drow. The Drow themselves sort of control most of the city. The Yuan-ti control the northwest sort of portion. That is sort of their area. But outside of this main area, there are significantly less demonic presences. However, this sort of compound / stronghold around the arena itself is where they are mostly located.
Would the arena have been something that was already existing within the city, or something that they like created?
So it was originally a parade ground.
Okay.
And they kind of it had like half of the stands, and they sort of built up the rest of it. You would also know that it seems to be a nexus point. It's for a lot of the Drow and demons. It's almost a religious sort of thing. They all hours of the day there are fights. Basically, there are fights almost constantly. Give me for before. Give me just a straight investigation check to see how much extra you've picked up.
All right. That's not going to be very good. Okay, sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Or
Not
it'll
gonna be
be.
very good.
Oh.
All right. So you've heard, some of your captors speaking, or just sort of rumors and things, that it is sort of a religious, sort of chaotic symbol. The chaos of the battlefield is something that they speak of a lot. It's also a place to eat for several of the demons. So it's a pretty popular area, and there are quite a few. Like I said, like most of the demons are located in this part of the city, and this would be the pretty much opposite the Yuan-ti, so sort of southwest, slightly towards the central area, but mostly in the southwest corner is where you guys are.
All right. I'll relay most of that. Well, probably all that information to Dyke.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Yohei. You are very helpful and knowledgeable. But for now, this letter might be kept in tight company if you don't mind. So as I begin writing, basically, I'm going to tell him that the plan has undergone some revisions, so it might take a while. But we have effectively two options. First option is the unfun option, which is you get us out of our cells and we help you literally just walk out the back door. That, of course, being the shrine room. Second option is the fun option, and that is we get out of the main arena, find some place to settle down, like me and Juzia had before. I'm sure we still have some old bases here that if they've not been rooted out yet.
Okay.
Then we start a war. So we happen to have a Yuan-ti who is very good at infiltration, stealth, among other things. And a Drow who is very good at, or two Drows who are very good at both of those things as well. So if the Yuan-ti catch two Drow sneaking around in their main, place of government, attempting to sabotage stuff, and the Drow find a Yuan-ti doing the same thing over there, there may very well be some kind of war breaking up.
The only downside is you don't have your Yuan-ti right now.
No, but we will get to that. And by that I mean her. We are, we have quite a few steps to this plan. I don't have time to lay them all out in the message. I say in the message, which takes up probably most of the message.
Yep.
But I tell him that basically, after you help us leave the main compound, I could just get you out of the walls if you want to. But if you want to make a difference, end the reign of terror, and bring true freedom to the people, help us.
Okay.
Or don't, you jerk. But yeah, I also make mention that either way, I'm sure you can agree that devils and demons aren't supposed to be on this plane, and I have a way to kick them off. Well, I have a way for them to kick each other off. And that is basically the same ordeal. Fuck with the devils in a way that seems like demon activity, fuck with the demons in a way that seems like devil activity, or at the very least, just get rid of the one holding their leashes, and take care of, at the very least, the demons to, run rampant themselves. can't imagine there are going to be a bunch of demons just walking around, town square on a Sunday stroll. Maybe devils, but not demons. So hopefully they should be localized for the most part here, especially considering this is a feeding ground and a place for them to see violence whenever they want. So we
Has he run out of parchment yet?
Yeah, getting close.
Dice is very rambling. Anyways,
the text is getting smaller and smaller as you go.
Yep.
Try to fit it all on the page, but
close
yeah.
off the message with point being, the plan is leave, and I have plenty of ways to do that. Just get us out of our cells and let us have some kind of rest. And I'm going to mage hand the message back over to that cell and just say, message Gad again. If he comes running back, let him have that.
Sure. Okay.
During the course of this writing the message, by the way, has there been another Glab?
A few minutes go by, and there is you can hear the Guzzaro brew walking down the hallway nearby.
Okay, so I just kind of, after I pass the message over, just kind of sit there and say, all right, Yohei, let's do an experiment. If nothing happens, we're golden. If not, there may be issues. I say as I just kind of sit there, legs crossed, waiting for the Glebrazao to make his way down the hallway and see how he reacts to me being in the wrong cell.
There's always issues.
All right. So at this point, the Glebrazao sort of begins walking through. Glances into first this cell, notices that there's somebody gone, and then notices that you're over there.
Give him a wave.
He stops for a second, looks to you. He then walks right over here and presses against the wall for a second, and then continues walking on.
Okay,
Shit.
so
That can't
before
be
doing
good.
anything else,
Yeah.
I am going to just kind of do a test. I'm going to take what do I have that is, I know, I'm going to go back here, use more of my toys, and use my carriage toy that is pulled by miniature animated horse statues, and kind of have them go between the bars out of the cage and see if they get evaporated or anything.
All right. It seems to run up against the bars, or up against the space between the bars, but cannot leave.
Okay. I'm going to just kind of tap on the space between the bars.
Okay. As you do, it feels solid, and there is some pushback against you. The equivalent of like a point of damage, basically. It's not a huge amount, but it's it feels forceful.
Okay. I just say, Yohei, we seeing you when we eventually get out of here. I'm sure you'd be willing to come with us, correct?
Well, sure. I guess it beats sitting around here.
That's the spirit. I'm going to vamp through this wall again, and I'm, instead of going back to my cell, I'm going to try and go to the hallway with Dimension Door.
But by the way, just really
So-
quick, as you were in there, the rain cloud was like constantly pouring down rain. It didn't really seem to make much sound, but it was pouring down rain. But it never seemed to make him wet. But he did like it's just he looked uncomfortable all the
Yep. However, your dimension door fizzles and is ineffective.
So he just slams against the wall, kind of
Pretty
falls
much, yeah.
back.
Just bam. Ugh.
What's the floor in the prison? Is it stone or is it
It's
dirt?
stone.
Just from across the hallway, you just hear quiet.
Actually, you might have take a nap here, I say.
I guess it's a free prison cell.
Really isn't, but yes. Thank you.
All right, about an hour or so later, the figure in the dark robes sort of swings by again, and I assume collects the note.
If I could stick it out from between the bars, sure.
You can. Yep.
Okay.
And
I'll do.
yeah.
I'm
Alright,
going to
and then
resume
takes
my
off
long
again.
rest.
All right.
I'm gonna finish off the rest of my 6 hours.
All right. Anything anybody else wants to do?
Nothing that I know of yet.
No. Long rest.
All right. So, about an hour later, after all this, a somewhat beaten and bloodied individual returns to this cell. The Glabrezu actually grabs you, Dice, and
Mhm.
tosses you back into your proper cell now.
As she flies in and just like, "Hello there, new roommate. What's your
Pretty much, yeah.
Does the thing go back over and hit the button for this room?
No. As far as you can tell. Well, you
Alright.
can't really tell from there, but does press 1 here. And then continues on its path.
Okay.
Kind of go back up to the cell.
Mhm.
Say to the pale figure again. Question still stands, by the way, if you can hear me.
It sort of looks at you, but doesn't seem to respond audibly or anything.
Yeah, hey, you can hear me, right? Just muting me?
Yeah, you can hear him.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. That's me. Yep.
Mhm.
It's your A, by the way. There's no H.
You're right. Might
Think
want to
like-
change your thing at the bottom just until we get used to it, by the way.
Wait, what?
Your screen
Oh,
name.
that. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yep.
In case we need to
Or,
get
or
used
until
to it.
you revive me. One or the other.
Yep.
And then suddenly, it's a disposable NPC.
Yeah. Good. I mean, he has an out. There's outs that I gave him in case that happens, or he could stick.
Suddenly, Yore is or Ta or Saber gets to play Ta and Yore at the same time.
Yeah, dude. I just have him like sit on his shoulder and like just cast spells. That'd be awesome.
New mascot.
Mhm.
Do counter spells all day.
Fucking mascot. The most depressing mascot of all time.
Yep.
Eat a fireball.
Go team, go.
I'm then going to just kind of sit down and message the strange figure. Say, you know I'm going to keep asking until you respond, right?
You see the figure.
I just say from the corner, he will too.
You can't hear the message, unfortunately.
Oh, I thought you were saying that through the
yeah.
hallway. My bad.
Nope.
Uh,
cantrip.
You see the figure sort of open their mouth and then close their mouth. But you don't receive a message.
I go for it again and say, this is mostly telepathic, right? You don't need to say much.
Please respond to this message.
Technically.
Oh no. Sorry, the jester. Again, the figure opens their mouth, but again, no words seem to come out. Nothing.
I do it again. Are you mute by chance? Or are you simply shy? Because either way, I will continue doing this until you find some way to communicate.
The figure just holds up a single finger.
Dice will wait patiently, just kind of cross-legged, sort of hands on his knees, rocking left to right, just very patiently, or impatiently, I guess, waiting for you to do something.
All right. About 5 minutes later, the Glabrezu walks by again, because that's what he does. see. Dice. At this point, you get not so much a set of words, but just a feeling of sort of just almost just an emotional feeling that hits you of an understanding, but an inability to complete any action coming from this figure. It's not so much it's not words, it's just sort of a general feeling.
All right. Message again. All right. Empath then. You wouldn't happen to have any other means of communication, signs, illusions, anything like that? As Ice is still just kind of very silently rocking left to right, like legs crossed, all that.
They hold up their hand, and a small bird sort of appears in their hand.
Dice holds out his hand, and a small bat appears in his hand. Flies off. Same thing as hers. Dice kind of like looks at the thing for a while and just kind of has a realization face, messages her again. Is that your name or something? What type of bird was it that she...
It was a crow.
That's your name, out of curiosity. Crow or anything?
You get sort of like a hesitation and then like a slight nod.
So one last message. Well then, pleasure to meet you. People call me Dice. And I just kind of put my finger up, and there is a small six-sided die just balancing on my finger. Illusion.
And yeah, and they sort of do something similar. Make it fun. Make it a 12 side.
All right.
Nobody ever uses D12s except for barbarians.
I would actually like to quickly, in the middle of my rest, I've been thinking about how the hell to help my party right now. I'm gonna use my last 3rd level spell slot before my long rest and try to cast Remove Curse on Nyx.
Oh, nice. Oh shit, that's a fucking spell remove. Oh, fuck, I didn't even think about that.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
There are
Don't
spells
me.
for a lot of things.
Well, no, I just never mind. Ignore me.
It used to be a lot more spells.
Yeah. All right. You cast Remove Curse. Interestingly, through the spell itself, you can kind of tell if it takes hold or not. It does seem to break some kind of curse on Nyx. However, Nyx is still sort of a gibbering idiot even in her sleep.
So normal?
Well, the effects of the insanity are still there as Nyx is sleeping, but you also feel like there was at least one effect that might have ended.
Huh. That's very strange.
Yeah, she's no longer a werewolf. Good job. Didn't even know she was a werewolf. Joke's not going on. I know. But moving on.
Yeah, that's it for me. I'm all I'm done. Besides, yeah, well, I tried Lesser Restoration earlier, it didn't work, so yeah. Gotta go back to finishing my long rest.
He's just gonna, at this point, sitting on his back, legs still crossed, but he's just throwing this small pebble that he pulled from that strange bag into the air. And every time he throws it up, it lands in his hand. It's a completely different type of pebble.
All right. You kind of get the idea that the figure across the one that just got back is now just sleeping, very, very tired.
Fair enough.
That's it. I will do nothing else.
Hold on here.
If every once in a while, just flicking the switch and casting the wand of battery noises. As
Okay.
he's playing with his toys, all of a sudden you just hear erupt from the wand.
All right. So for the time being, you guys do actually get a long rest. You would know that you have maybe an hour before you're supposed to fight when you guys wake up. Meanwhile, stage far left. Zuzia, you do wake up eventually, and you're in a very, very small room. Kind of familiar, actually, in a weird way. There's a glass case in the center, and 2 spikes, one on
Oh
either end.
no. Why am I here? Not
There's
this
no
way
one.
again.
There's no one else in this room,
I don't like this.
and that is where we're gonna end for this week because I know that just pissed off Zuzia or Evil, and that's it.
It doesn't surprise me that's where I am, but how did I get there and why are we there so quickly? But I guess I was gone for a week, so he could have taken me
Well, you don't know if you're in the same spot. You know that there were a few of those.
It's a similar
those places.
situation. Yeah, it's true,
it
true.
looks pretty similar. That's all.
Don't
It's
worry,
the same
Zuzia.
mechanism.
Don't worry, Zuzia. Dice is coming to save you. And by that I mean you're fucked.
I mean, fair. Fair. Yeah. Well, this is gonna get weird.
Alrighty.
You don't know the half of it. So can I just say that Aurora is looking very pale for a drow?
Had to go with what I had on hand because I couldn't find. I found a picture that I wanted to use for her.
Couldn't just, like, I don't know, burn tool her into looking like I don't know.
Well, my problem was I found a picture that I wanted to use for her, and then I went searching for it
Mm-hmm.
because I saved it on my PC and I can't find it.
Yeah.
And I don't remember exactly what I typed in to find it before, so I kind of just had to use that on the fly. There'll be a proper one later.
Fair enough. Did you, like, misspell Aurora or something?
I don't know. It probably just got saved to the wrong folder somewhere in the masses of random crap I have on this PC.
That's why you do, like, the drive search and just wait for however long it takes to come up with the right thing.
Yeah, but that would it wouldn't have even finished by now, so there's no
Yeah,
point.
well.
And I had it like set aside, like, all right, I'll turn this into a token, set it over here, and now, come game day, because I didn't want to open it up because I was really fucking tired this morning, and I was just like, I'll just upload it really quick, when I get in the game later, and it'll be fine. And then I don't know where it went. So
Fair enough. I'm just fucking
gonna
with you.
I know. I'll get it all squared away later. Anyway. Well, Halfling Eeyore is amazing. I enjoy him.
Fucking killed me, dude.
the opening line.
Yep.
I guess. Hi.
Everybody just had to mute up at that point. It was
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I've been muted like this whole time. I was like falling asleep at the beginning. I was like, I'm never gonna wake up. Like in the game, I'm never waking up. Might as well sleep in real life.
I mean,
Alright, well, for everybody who's watching, especially you, Nordwing, you very generous time person, you. Thank you for watching.
Yourself.
And, I'll upload this to YouTube eventually. And, we'll see you again next week, maybe. Who knows? Actually, no. Fuck, I can't do next week. Shit. All right,
Oh,
bye.
no, but I
Well,
can't do
I'm going
Netweek.
next week too. So
Ugh.
It worked out.